Non-Profit Report is going live in 3, 2, 1. Good morning. This is Jorge Villalobos, your host for today. This is our number 8 episode of the Non-Profit Report. In the back, in the production, Elio La Fiesta Piedra doing, like always, a fantastic job. Thank you for being here again. Thank you for your support. We are extremely grateful that we have all these people asking us all the time about what is this project, what is the importance of this, and we just want to share with you another 2 non-profit organizations, local ones, that they want to scream to the world what exactly they do, and they want to try to find the best way for us and for you guys to help them. Today, the first person that we have here, Nicole Johnson from Blossoming Butterfly. Nicole, thank you for being here.
Thank you for having me.
By the way, we are so excited. She just put a Facebook Live, and I think between 25 and 30,000 people, they were there. Yes?
Yes.
Yes. You see, this is how this works. Nicole, thank you for being here again. Tell us about Nicole. Tell us about how you start, what happened with your life, and why brought you where you are right now with Blossoming Butterfly in your nonprofit. Tell us about it.
So at 32, I was diagnosed with breast cancer. I had triple negative breast cancer. And it was very new to me, of course, being diagnosed with breast cancer with anyone. Like, it's a lot. And when I was diagnosed, there wasn't a lot of women that I knew that had cancer that were young. As I was going through the process, I met a lot of nice people and other women who were diagnosed as well. Your wife was actually one of the women that I met at the hospital. She was the first person that I encountered that had breast cancer, and gave me a new light on being able to live and just focusing on living instead of the diagnosis at the time. And even though it was a lot, her being there was really helpful to me. I had a very low income at the time, and my husband and I were working just to be able to pay our bills and feed our kids. So when I was diagnosed, being with one income instead of 2 incomes was a lot. They give you resources at the hospital when you're diagnosed and you need assistance, but those resources are very limited. Mm-hmm. A couple of the organizations like Community Actions, Catholic Charities, they did give me money, but it was a one-time thing. It's not something that's consistent, and your bills continue to come every day. And I noticed that the women that were diagnosed, as well as myself, were more focused on our home lives instead of us living through the diagnosis. So I was only supposed to be out of work maybe 5 months, 6 months for my treatment, and I ended up being out of work 351 days. During that time, I became behind in my rent, $7,000, behind in my car payment, $2,000. And it was just God that I was able to continue to have a place to live and a vehicle. But I met so many women who lost their homes, lost their cars. I remember one lady coming to treatment. She and I were having a conversation, and she was wondering where she was going to go stay when she left because she had gotten evicted. And once I finished battling cancer, I just started praying. I'm very spiritual. I love God. And I just started praying more. And I know that people that live through cancer, there's a reason and a purpose. Majority of the women that I've met say to me, like, what can I do after I'm done? Or how can I pay it for? Or who can I help? And I feel like I was placed here to be able to help those that don't have a voice, that don't have help. And so God put on my heart Blossoming Butterfly, and I started this nonprofit in 2017. And it was very difficult when I first started it because I was never thinking about this as a business. I just was thinking, okay, I want to help people. I want to make a difference. I want to make sure that these women don't have to focus on just a bill or the fact that they had cancer. Still be able to live, still be able to understand you have cancer, but it's not the end. Continue to carry on your life, even if it is short or long term. So I started 2017, had a lot of family members and friends that helped me. And then I kind of got discouraged because it wasn't consistent help. And I felt like I wasn't reaching enough people. So I stopped for a little while, and then it just kept being on me that it was something that I needed to continue to do. So I started back in 2018, and I was doing everything by myself. I'm still not really doing research about a nonprofit or how it works. I'm just like, I want to help people. This is how I'm going to do it. And I started meeting women who needed my help. At the time, my husband and I, we just started using our own finances to help here and there with a light bill or getting grocery. I met 2 women who just never had somebody to buy them roses. So I made it my business. Every time I met a new woman, I would buy her a dozen of roses, give her a card with some money in it, and then just sit and have a conversation with her, because a lot of people don't know how to relate if they haven't gone through something. Yeah. So whenever women meet me, majority of the time, it's nice because I can share what I've gone through. I can relate to what they're going through because I've been there, and then also give them hope and an understanding that it's not the end, just as well as other women have done for me. So that's the gist of how I started Blossom and Butterfly and that's what right. it means to me.
Tell us during this process, what kind of barriers did you find? Because obviously one thing is you coming from the heart, you want to help a lot of people, but obviously you're going to find some obstacles in the way. Why? Because right. you want to help everybody. Some people, they have already some budgets that they say, I'm sorry, I cannot touch it because this money go there. You have other places that they tell you, we're going to help you, but it's a one-time thing, and this don't going to happen again. What is all these obstacles? Because we have more friends of the other nonprofit organizations that are here, and I'm pretty sure that they wanna hear from you now that you are a kind of a new nonprofit and a kind of a small one. What is all these problems that you find?
So for me, I just opened my location back in October. Before that, I was pretty much just doing it from home, and the Comprehensive Women's Health was allowing me to have my groups there the first Wednesday of the month. Of course, when the pandemic came, I was no longer allowed to have the groups there because of the social distancing. Mm-hmm. So we started doing it online. But the hardest thing for me is for people to understand that Blossom and Butterfly is actually doing what we say that we're doing. I don't show the women that I assist because I want to protect them. I don't feel like being diagnosed with cancer, you should have to advertise or promote people's hurt and pain for people to help. I don't want to I'm just going to say Susie because I've never helped her. She's your wife and I love her. But I don't want to say, okay, I helped Susie pay her rent and lights. So now because I helped you, Susie, you have to go and tell people what I did for mm-hmm. you. Or you have to allow me to promote and advertise this dramatic experience that you had in your life for people to want to assist and help me help other people. Uh-huh. So for me, and even hearing some of the feedback from people that haven't assisted, they want to know, well, who have you helped and how did you help them? Well, why should I have to tell you that in order for you to assist? So that's one of the biggest things that I notice mm-hmm. because I don't promote the people that I've helped is the reason why people don't assist. But what I'm learning is the more that I assist women, there are some that are just as comfortable as I am that don't mind sharing and don't mind telling after they've gone through the process. Because we have to remember, when someone's diagnosed with cancer, that's huge. Especially you're not born with that. It's just like the first thought is always, I'm gonna die. That's the first thing. Even if it's stage 1, even if it's early, you think that. So to try to get someone to share how they feel, or that they're also in another vulnerable state of needing their rent or lights paid, that's a lot. And sometimes it's embarrassing depending on who you are.
Okay.
For me, I'm that transparent person. I don't really care if people know what I went through, because it's my testimony, and there's greater ahead of each testimony that we go through. So, and then just the lack of a lot of people not even knowing that I'm here. Like you said, I've just fully started developing and promoting myself more since I opened a location in October. And I made a huge faith move the end of February, and I'm completely done working at my was my full-time job, the VA hospital. My last day there was the 26th. So I'm completely doing Blossom and Butterfly. We're still organizing some kinks and getting some stuff prepared so that we have a good flow, because my goal is to make sure that when someone applies for assistance on Monday, by Friday their bill is paid. They don't have to wait, because sometimes people apply for assistance and they have an eviction notice on Tuesday or Wednesday. And we don't want them to have to wait. I know how that feels, to have to wonder, am I going to have food, or am I going to have lights? And I don't want people to stress about that.
Tell me something that we were talking before we start the meeting is how important is to understand that you have illness, you have to go to the hospital, you have to go to over the whole process, but now you're going to get worse, because as soon as you leave this place, now you have to have the reality in front of you that you don't have enough money to pay for all these expenses. How the people go to this process? I'm going to tell you, because I went to the process.
Right.
I want to say Susie possibly is watching us right now. I think Susie left a couple days of work. Other than this, she continued working every day. She say, I have to keep my mind running and everything, thinking about that everything is okay, but not all the time. This is the same story. Tell us, what is your opinion about it?
Right. So when I was diagnosed, I knew that I would be sick, but I didn't know that I was going to be as sick as I was. Everybody's body is different, and every medication affects each person differently. So some people can have the same chemo that I had and still work. In my case, I couldn't. I was very sick. So I didn't have a job that I had a job I could go to, but being sick and not being able to function, I wasn't able to go to work. So now I'm depressed because I can't be around people. So you have that, and then your diagnosis. So now you're worried about if the treatment plan that they have for you is really going to work. And then you still have bills that come every month. If you're already behind on car payment, if you're already behind on your rent, and then you have to completely stop working, now you focus on that. Then when you go into the office, you have co-pays. If you have insurance, you have to worry about how those are going to be paid. There's quite a few organizations that do pay for your co-pays. But again, there are slim to none that pay for your rent and your lights consistently. So that was a huge thing for me. I worried a lot about that. And then I got to the point where I just started praying more, and I'm like, there's nothing I can do. If I get evicted today, then God's going to make a way and have somewhere else for me to go. But you shouldn't have to worry about that. And that was the biggest thing for me. Even the women, like I said, that I met who had that issue and they left. Where were they going to live? What were they going to do?
We were talking before that one of the more impacting things for me is that it's a group of people between the ones who doesn't have anything,
right,
that they need continuously help, and the ones who have, but they don't have enough either. That means that it's a gap in between. Okay. How you approach to these people, because, especially now you have to add to all this, is that they don't feel good.
Right.
And they have co-payments and they have medical bills to pay. Tell us, because at the end, this is the purpose of your organization. Tell
Right.
us about what is the heart behind the whole process.
Right. So first you have to have the resources available, of course, and then you offer the resources. Some people are okay with coming forth that they need help, and some people aren't. So that's why I say that with Blossoming Butterfly, it's not about us advertising who we assist, because we want to make sure that everything is private and people only know what the person that is diagnosed wants you to know. But we want them to know that the resources are available, that having cancer is not always the end. And even if it is, you have to live for today and not for tomorrow. Even when you're diagnosed, you still have to focus on what were you planning on doing before you were diagnosed. When I have my groups, breast therapy, I tell everybody before we even start the group, when you come into the group, we don't talk about cancer at all. You can Google cancer, you can talk about it anywhere else but here. The purpose of our group is to meet people that you can relate to, people that can become your friend and your family and a resource for you. And then a place where you can actually have fun and take your mind off of all of the other distractions, because we don't get that when we're diagnosed with cancer. It's just like appointments, the diagnosis, and everything else. You don't get to focus on you.
How you meet your people during these COVID days? I know that you closed the office because you cannot have it right now. The office still is open. The thing is that you cannot have it there. But
Right.
how you approach to them? How you keep contact with them? How the new people can reach you?
So we have Facebook, we have a website, and we have an Instagram. Our Facebook is Blossoming Butterfly. Our website is www.
We have it right here for the people who want to write it.
Right.
This production is amazing.
It is. I love it. So they can go to the website. They can also go to Facebook. If they inbox the Facebook, there's always someone that responds within 24 hours. And then we have a telephone number as well where you can call. That's what we're doing now. Since COVID, we don't want people to just walk in because it can be an influx. So we ask that they either call the telephone number to make an appointment, and then we see you one-on-one just to protect everybody. And then of course, that's our forms of being able to communicate. And we're working on now, my assistant and myself, with going out to the hospitals, the doctor's offices, just to give our information so people know that we're here. And that's another way for us to be able to meet and see new people. We also have a grant that was awarded to us back in October from the Florida Breast Cancer Foundation.
Good.
So we still have some funds from that that we're going to open back up in the next couple weeks to be able to offer more assistance. We're just trying to build up our financial piece so that when we open up the finances, we don't have to open and close and open and close. We can consistently continue to help as many people as possible.
Tell us about what is not money, because you mentioned that sometimes the people, they don't need money. What other things you provide? Because when the people want to have a new hair,
Right.
I was there, Susie. I know exactly what we are talking about. But tell us about other things that you say, and tell us about your event. That is going to be, by the way, in Celebration Point. It's going to be June the 24th, you said?
26.
26 Saturday. Tell us about this.
Okay, so Blossoming Butterfly also has wigs that were donated to us from one of the local sororities here. So we have some free wigs if any woman needs a wig. And then we also have women that are beauticians, or they make wigs, who have signed contracts with us, and their contract is for them to be able to provide with humans. Some women want like laces or more of a natural, like what I have a wig on right now. So they make the wigs, and then the women that want wigs, they come in, and if they see one they like or they don't see one they like, we have different women that we would reach out to that can make the wigs for them specifically for their head. So it's like a whole experience. With those wigs though, if we have as long as we have funding, then we pay for those wigs for them. But if we don't, then based off of their insurance or something like that, then we use that to pay for it. But either way, we make sure no woman leaves without them having a wig. And then we also schedule with one of the people that have our contracts to be able to have their wigs installed. And then we also have lashes, because you lose your lashes, you lose your hair, so they can get lashes. And then
and tell us about your event.
We are having our event on June the 26th at Celebration Point. We just signed a contract with them. So today is the first day that we are letting people know via your channel here. We're going to be advertising even more. We will be able to have up to 50 vendors. The vendor spots will be limited, and it's first come, first serve. But the purpose of the event is for us to bring awareness of all cancers. I can relate because I had breast cancer, but there's so many other cancers that we need to educate on. I feel like us educating will help people survive and live more, because early detection is the best detection. So on this day, we'll have a 1 mile walk. We'll do a pre-sale of t-shirts. We will also have a small ceremony where we will acknowledge anyone that's present that's currently going through any type of cancer, and we'll also recognize people that have passed away, or family members from cancer. And then the vendors that are there will be vendors that will have information pertaining to all cancers, and then there'll also be vendors there that will be selling like body butters, natural products, anything that helps while you're going through treatment or after treatment. Okay. So it's going to be a real fun day. I'm excited about it. We'll have a picture booth. We're going to make sure that it's nice.
Okay, for everybody who was in this part of the program, Nicole Johnson from Blossoming Butterfly, this is great. Thank you for everything that you share with us. Please close your part with a message for all these beautiful ladies. By the way, the people, some of the ladies are really concerned to lose the hair. I always gonna say the good side of this is that I have my wife for 26 years. I have it with really long hair. Now I have it with short hair. It's incredible.
She's beautiful.
Then we
too.
can compare with the same woman. Think about it.
Right.
Thank you, Nicole, for being here, and close with a message for them, please.
So I want any woman that's watching to remember that if you're diagnosed with cancer, or you're just going through anything, because of course Blossoming Butterfly is about cancer and breast cancer. That's what I can relate to. But in any situation, you're a caterpillar, and then you metamorphosize to the butterfly and you blossom. So I want every woman to know that eventually in any situation you will blossom, and Blossoming Butterfly is here to help anybody that is diagnosed with breast cancer and needs assistance. We're here together hand in hand. So have a great day, and thank you for allowing me to be here and share.
Thank you, everybody, and we're going to take a break, and we come to the second part. Nicole, thank you again for being here.
Thank you.
Have a nice day, everybody. For the second part, we have a surprise, like every Monday.
Spring is here. Call the best restoration for all of your cleaning needs for every surface in your home. Get rid of stains and pet odors with state-of-the-art carpet, rug, and upholstery cleaning. Our expert technicians will make your tile and grout look like new. Improve your in-home air quality by removing pollen and pet hair with our nationally certified air duct cleaning. Call the best restoration, masters of disasters today.
We don't call it restoration, we call it restoration. The best restoration, masters of disasters.
Spring is here. Call the best restoration for all of your cleaning needs for every surface in your home. Get rid of stains and pet odors with state-of-the-art carpet, rug, and upholstery cleaning. Our expert technicians will make your tile and grout look like new. Improve your in-home air quality by removing pollen and pet hair with our nationally certified air duct cleaning. Call the best restoration, masters of disasters today.
We don't call it restoration, we call it restoration. The best restoration, masters of disasters.
Spring is here. Call the best restoration for all of your cleaning needs for every surface in your home. Get rid of stains and pet odors with state-of-the-art carpet, rug, and upholstery cleaning. Our expert technicians will make your tile and grout look like new. Improve your in-home air quality by removing pollen and pet hair with our nationally certified air duct cleaning. Call the best restoration, masters of disasters today.
We don't call it restoration, we call it restoration. restoration, the best restoration, masters of disasters.
Spring is here. Call the best restoration for all of your cleaning needs for every surface in your home. Get rid of stains and pet odors with state-of-the-art carpet, rug, and upholstery cleaning. Our expert technicians will make your tile and grout look like new. Improve your in-home air quality by removing pollen and pet hair with our nationally certified air duct cleaning. Call the best restoration, masters of disasters today.
We don't call it restoration, we call it restoration, the best restoration, masters of disasters.
Spring is here. Call the best restoration for all of your cleaning needs for every surface in your home. Get rid of stains and pet odors with state-of-the-art carpet, rug, and upholstery cleaning. Our expert technicians will make your tile and grout look like new. Improve your in-home air quality by removing pollen and pet hair with our nationally certified air duct cleaning. Call the best restoration, masters of disasters today.
We don't call it restoration, we call it restoration, the best restoration, masters of disasters.
Spring is here. Call the best restoration for all of your cleaning needs for every surface in your home. Get rid of stains and pet odors with state-of-the-art carpet, rug, and upholstery cleaning. Our expert technicians will make your tile and grout look like new. Improve your in-home air quality by removing pollen and pet hair with our nationally certified air duct cleaning. Call the best restoration, masters of disasters today.
We don't call it restoration, we call it restoration, the best restoration, masters of disasters.
Spring is here. Call the best restoration for all of your cleaning needs for every surface in your home. Get rid of stains and pet odors with state-of-the-art carpet, rug, and upholstery cleaning. Our expert technicians will make your tile and grout look like new. Improve your in-home air quality by removing pollen and pet hair with our nationally certified air duct cleaning. Call the best restoration, masters of disasters today.
We don't call it restoration, we call it restoration, the best restoration, masters of disasters.
Spring is here. Call the best restoration for all of your cleaning needs for every surface in your home. Get rid of stains and pet odors with state-of-the-art carpet, rug, and upholstery cleaning. Our expert technicians will make your tile and grout look like new. Improve your in-home air quality by removing pollen and pet hair with our nationally certified air duct cleaning. Call the best restoration, masters of disasters today.
We don't call it restoration, we call it restoration, the best restoration, masters of disasters.
Spring is here. Call the best.
Okay, how you doing? This is the episode number 8, and we have new visitors here in the studio. We're happy to be with Jacob Clore and also the beautiful Stevie Doyle. For me, it's a kind of a pleasure to have her here. This is one of the ladies that everybody loves. You know, this is the great thing when we have. By the way, I was ready to bring, because we're going to talk about the partnership for strong families. I brought my trophy because this is what I get for be part of your Christmas event.
Of course.
Then I say, you know, if I'm going to start to bring my trophy for all the non-profits, I'm going to cover this green stuff. Well, Elio Piedra, our production director and the founder of this program, thank you for being here. We have these programs, and the idea is that we want everybody to know about what your organization does, but also we're going to know about you. Stevie, tell us about you. Tell us about all the beautiful life that you have here in Gainesville, why you're here in Gainesville, and how you came to this organization.
Absolutely. So my name's Stevie Doyle. I am new to Partnership for Strong Families. I started there at the end of January as the Director of Communications and Engagement. I am really excited to be here. I have been in the nonprofit world in Gainesville for about 6 years now. Really passionate about our community, really passionate about the people that I get to work with. I've had the pleasure of working with you and your beautiful wife, Susie, for many years now. And so I have beautiful 2 little boys. They're so sweet and cute, and a wonderful husband here, and just really love this town and this community.
Great. Why Gainesville?
I came here for college, met my husband my senior year of college. He got a great job and I got a job, and we stayed.
This is
so, yep, we just kind of came and stayed and never thought about leaving, actually.
This is so beautiful. Tell us about Jacob. Tell us about you.
Yes, so my name is Jacob Clore. I've been with Partnership for a little over 2.5 years now. I originally moved down to Gainesville for a reason that not many people move down to Gainesville. I actually just moved down here for work. I grew graduated from college with a journalism degree and started working at TV20, which is the local ABC affiliate. Learned that news production wasn't quite the lane that I wanted to take my career, so I started looking for public relations work, and I always knew that I had a heart for working with some organization that was making a difference. And luckily, that's a pretty wide net to cast in the nonprofit world. I was, just set on that mission. So I ultimately got the job here at Partnership for Strong Families to work in their community relations department, which has been really great because I have a heart for children and families. And so having that opportunity to provide services to really advocate for them in different ways has really been incredible. And to just continue doing it in a platform in media. I mean, I have also a heart for media and working in video and production. So to be on something like this is kind of a dream come true. To see the spotlights and everything is pretty cool.
Absolutely. And it's funny, Elliot, we bring all these professionals. We have Amber Miller here, that she has the same kind of career. And obviously, the first thing that we said as soon as she left, she said, "How's she gonna criticize our work? Because we're not professionals at all." Then that was one of the great experience with her. But I'm gonna use you first because I know that you have more time in the organization. Tell us about exactly what you do.
So here at Partnership for Strong Families, we are the lead child welfare agency in North Central Florida. We cover 13 counties, so all the way down south to Gainesville, west to the Nature Coast, up north towards Jacksonville, and then to the west, closer to Tallahassee and Madison and Taylor counties. So we serve over 1,200 children currently who have experienced abuse or neglect. And with Partnership for Strong Families, we cover, as the lead child welfare agency, a pretty wide net when it comes to child welfare services. So case management, when a child is removed from the home or they need services in the home, they are assigned a case manager with Partnership for Strong Families. And then also we're actively seeking at Partnership caregivers to take care of children. So if a child is removed from their home, we're going to first look for a relative or a non-relative caregiver. But then if we can't find one or one is not available, we then turn to our foster parents. So a huge part of our work is recruiting for foster and adoptive parents for children to experience that support or that permanency when they need it. We also work in prevention of child abuse and neglect, because that's really, whenever you're working at a problem, you really want to work to prevent it in the first place. So we have many ways that we do so, mainly through our network of family resource centers that are located, 3 of which are here in Gainesville, one of which is located in Chiefland to the west of us, and we're actually really excited to announce that we're opening one in Lake City this Thursday.
Oh, that's
and
great.
So we're really expanding upon that resource center model that says that when you have 5 protective factors in place, that you can reduce the rates of abuse and neglect. And so the services and supports that we offer at those resource centers are specifically tailored to promote self-sufficiency and resiliency among families. It's important to make sure that our local families have that network of support so that hopefully they don't end up in the child welfare system in the first place.
Yeah, but you mentioned something. This is when the kids, they put them out of the house. What is the main reason that these things happen? Behavior? Social situation, economic situations. What exactly happened inside of these places?
Yes, so when we're looking at children who have experienced abuse or neglect, there's often a stigma attached to a child or a family that is in the child welfare system. And unfortunately, for many of our families, a significant majority of the children that are in the child welfare system are there as a result of neglect. So you're looking at perhaps reasons as drug abuse, domestic violence, perhaps the caregiver doesn't have the parenting skills to cope. You're going to see a very small number of those cases that actually deal with physical abuse. So for families, it just comes to experiencing those crises that are sometimes too much to take. And we at Partnership really want to make sure that they have the supports available to then positively or really make sure those children are taken care of. And so that's where our case managers come in. That's where our service, our utilization management team comes in. They provide the services and the supports that the family might need. You're looking at perhaps therapy. You're looking at perhaps summer camps for children that are in our care. So we really are wrapping around those services to make sure that the families can hopefully reunify, because that's the ultimate goal when a child enters care. We want to make sure that they are reunified with their biological parents. Unfortunately, that doesn't happen in every case, but we are really looking for that happy ending for that family.
That's great. And Stevie, what all your experience in marketing and communication and all these things come to help this organization? Because I'm going to tell you a secret. It's a secret, but I don't know how many million people are going to see it right now. But I remember the day that you just wrote in your Facebook that you were leaving another big organization that we also love. And I was like, how many people going to compete for this lady? That was my first approach. I talked with Susie, and Susie, my wife, she came to me, she said, oh, you hear what happened? I say, no, this is not the face to say, look what happened. Look what happened. I'm pretty sure that she is going to get a place that she's going to accommodate really well. Tell us what is exactly now this piece of the puzzle that you come to fill it up.
Absolutely. So it's funny. It all worked out for really good. I was actually adopted as a little girl, and so my passions really lied here. I have a few, things I'm really passionate about, and one of them is adoption. One of them is children. So landing at Partnership for Strong Families was it was a dream come true. The day the job listing came out, I called my husband. I'm like, my dream job just opened. And it was about the same week that I was laid off my other position due to COVID. So it all really worked out. But here, I'm bringing the ability to kind of help Jacob work on large fundraising initiatives, because while we do have a lot of funds come in, we have some projects that we work on to fundraise together. So Normalcy is one of them, which is the opportunity to provide something for a child in foster care or in-home care or out-of-home care. Okay. So basically that could be a computer or a trip to Disney with or a summer camp or something like that. And think of those are some examples that we've had recently. But kind of giving those opportunity to fundraise there and working together to market some of our larger initiatives and working on this grand opening that we have coming up on Thursday and doing the ribbon cutting with the chamber up in Lake City. So those are some of the things I get to do, and I'm really excited about bringing those things to life and new ideas that we get to work on together, and some really fun fundraising and also different fundraising, but also the Wish Upon a Star and Christmas ideas that we get to do together too. So lots of good stuff.
I think that, I want to tell you, because the Christmas part, I was approached from a friend that I is really good friend of my son. She used to go to Buchholz, and she told me about the Christmas thing. And I was like, I did it before, and I continue to do it with different organizations, but I never worked with yours. And the first thing that we did, and I'm going to tell you this for the business owner, that is the best exercise that you can do. I went to them and I tell them, look, I need 20 people from my staff that they're going to bring presents for the Christmas families, and everybody was really excited. By the way, not everybody believed that the people, even if the father and mother, they work in the house, you say, why are I going to bring them present on them for the kids? I don't understand that. Some people, they cannot afford it. We don't understand that. And tell us about how you work with the people to try to bring the awareness that you need help, and these people need help.
Of course. I mean, like you said, not everyone is lucky to have the resources available to provide even basic needs for their children. So when it comes to things like the holidays, you're just like, I want this to be a necessity for my child, but we have to put food on the table. We have to make sure the lights are on. And specifically for, children in our care, like Stevie was just mentioning about Normalcy, you have the holidays and you don't have presents, and then you go to school and your friends talk about the presents that they got and you don't have anything. That's crushing. And for a child who's also coming from hard places and is struggling with perhaps mom or dad is not in the picture right now, just to have something to open on Christmas morning can give them that sense of, okay, I'm just going to take the time right now and just be a child. I'm going to enjoy. It doesn't even have to be, a thought. It just has to be like, oh my gosh, I'm opening a present on Christmas morning. And it's really great because we have donors who will go above and beyond for the children in our care. We ask, so how Wish Upon a Star works is we have our children through their caseworkers, ask for 3 holiday wishes. And our donors will sponsor at least 2 of those 3 wishes. Each one is about $25 a piece. But as you know, with children, they can range, to different things. And we ask that donors provide 2 of the 3 wishes because we do understand that, for our donors, it can be, just what they're able to give. And we really appreciate that. But we do have some donors who will, our children ask for the latest gaming system or a bike or something that's a huge present for any child. And they will go above and beyond and get that gift. We even had a child who asked for cooking supplies because she was a teen that was really into baking. And we had a donor who hand embroidered her name on an apron and gave it to us. And so you have something like the holidays, or perhaps, we also have a back to school drive initiative, or we just want our children to feel like that they're any other child.
Tell us about the back to school.
Yes. So that comes up in the summer.
Okay.
We start gathering supplies. It's late May, early June. We have partners that we provide decorated bins for that donors can then drop off supplies. So with back to school, we serve children from where our caseworkers will notify us, hey, they need we need help with their school supplies. And we will then gather lists depending on their grade. In years past, we've even gone so far as to scope out their specific school's supply list, keep it in a binder, and then we have that on a list, and we make sure that they really do have everything that they need. And through our partners, through our donors, they drop off school supplies, anything that you think a child will need, notebooks, binders, pencils, pens, glue sticks, lots of glue sticks.
Yes.
But they drop off all those supplies. We then pick up the bins from our donors. We take them back to our office, and we basically just have them all in a nice workshop, similar to Wish Upon a Star. Everything's a workshop. And we have everything on a spreadsheet tracker on our computer, and we just go through and fill them up. And then luckily, we cover 13 counties, like I said, so we have 5 different satellite offices, so you're probably thinking, how in the world are they getting this to over 1,200 kids? Luckily, we have our transporters who help with our children year-round, perhaps taking them to appointments, taking them to visits, who come to our office and will take multiple loads of backpacks or for Wish Upon a Star gifts, take them back to the offices, get them to the caseworkers, and then our caseworkers will get them to the children. So it really is quite the planning operation. We have to make sure that every little detail is checked off. It's a really, I personally love the donation drives. They are the best part of the year for me because it really is a hands-on project where we can really make something tangible and bring it to our children and just make them feel like they're children.
That's great. And not only this, it's also an exercise for the donors. Don't forget that. This is what I mention all the time. Look the picture with all the presents there. Just the idea for somebody, it's funny because one of my team members, he came with a check and he said, look, this is the money for 3 kids and this is my check. And I say, I don't want your check. I want you to go and buy the things because this is where you realize that you are doing this for somebody. Money is cool, don't get me wrong, but the experience is what brings everything. What is the projects that you have in your mind that gonna increase what you are doing? Because I'm pretty sure that if you have this picture with these presents and Steve is here, you're gonna need a bigger warehouse. I wanna be sure that you business owners, we are really proactive. Then I give you an advice. This is what you have to do. Tell us about what you have, what other plans you have, Stevie, for this year, and something that you have an event that we can help you to promote.
Absolutely. I think one of the biggest things that I see coming up is the Amazing Give.
So
I know you guys are familiar with the Amazing Give. It is just an incredible opportunity in this community. I have never seen such a generous community that we have in Gainesville. But we're working together on the Amazing Give. We have a goal of raising $10,000 on April 22nd, and that is all going to go toward normalcy. So it's those requests that children, foster parents, grandparents that are watching the children can request. And that's one big project that we have coming up in the next couple weeks. We're looking for business donors to offer matching gifts, to offer sponsorships, to offer opportunities for us to continue to leverage those funds to continue to fundraise. we're looking for opportunities and placements for us to fundraise, to be places to flyer, to get the word out. Because you might not understand what normalcy is, but the second we tell you how important this is, how important that Chromebook that we bought 2 weeks ago for that little girl to turn in her homework was, is so important. And so that's one big project that we have coming up together. We have a lot of initiatives that we'll be continuing moving forward, just our social media outreach and moving some of our network to digital and giving the people opportunities to engage with us, get to know us a little bit better.
You have a big group of members of your organization that are foster parents.
Yes.
Tell us about, you are a foster parent there, you want to know, sometimes you are afraid to ask, you don't know how going to be the process. Give us an idea about what you need to do something like this and how you can help.
So one thing that's really important to recognize is that we always have a need for foster and adoptive parents. Something that I learned very quickly working at Partnership is that there isn't just simply a one-to-one ratio of, say, for example, we have 280 children living in out-of-home care right now here in Alachua County. We only have 55 partner families, and that's really great that we have those 55 incredible partner families, but we also have to understand that for each child, each home might be different, or a need for a home might be different. So, for example, sometimes our children might be medically needy, or have a certain condition, or perhaps they're just a certain age where.
This is what I'm going to ask you. Possible the ages also are really important. Yes.
So we are always seeking out new foster homes because we just know that that this one extra home could be a life changer for one of our children. So we're also looking for adoptive families because, like I mentioned before, sometimes, unfortunately, children can't be reunified with their biological caregivers. So especially when you're looking at sibling groups or older children, especially teens, we're looking for families that are willing to provide that forever home for a child who is unfortunately still in the foster care system. And for many individuals, there comes the fear or the what if questions. And we are so lucky to have a great team on our recruitment team who are there. I work with them personally. They are the nicest, the most patient. You pick up the phone and you know that you are in good hands. So I think if you are asking those questions yourself, am I ready to be a foster parent or an adoptive parent? Please don't hesitate to call our team because we do realize that it's a very daunting process, but it's something that is definitely possible for your family. And we also recognize that perhaps, this might not be the time for a variety of reasons, but there are other ways that you can help out a family. For example, we just talked about Wish Upon a Star. We just talked about Back to School. You can donate to these initiatives that help out your local children in foster care. Or perhaps maybe you can take a more direct approach. I know there are several churches in the area that have ministries open to serving foster and adoptive families. We have a significant partnership with Unity Foster Ministry out of High Springs. We worked with Greenhouse Church. They have a great ministry over there, a specific staff member that is meant to really partner with the families at their church that foster or adopt. So if you're looking to even just befriend a foster parent or adoptive parent, sometimes they're just like any other parent, really stressed and would appreciate a dinner cooked for them or something like that.
Yes.
There are small but really significant ways that you can benefit a local family.
We have comments. Yes, change a child's life forever by becoming a foster parent.
Thanks, Sarah.
Yeah, this is good. And Pebbles Deloche Edelman, foster parents are indeed life changers.
Yes, they
Definitely.
PSF is thankful to have Stevie and a new member of our team. Hey, did you hire all your workers to send messages? That's a good strategy. We are so grateful for our partner. Foster families contact us if you would like to learn more about becoming a partner family. This is great.
Oh, thank you guys.
Thank you, the guys. You're gonna get a gift card from Stevie. Yes. By the way, I'm gonna send a message to my good friend Gary and Brian. They are foster partners for years. They are in the members with me, the North Central Florida Apartment Associations. I always talk with them and I tell them how hard it's going to be for people like my wife and myself, because as soon as we see this kid, we don't want to let him go. Then it's going to be really tough, because we have a really good friend. His name is Ron. Possible no, I don't say last name for a reason, but they have a really big organization. For his house, more than 65 foster kids went through.
Wow.
And 7 of them, if I'm not wrong, 7 or 8, they are already their kids. Wow. This is what, have a big heart. But tell us about how the community can help us.
Of course. Well, like I mentioned before, there are different initiatives that are happening throughout the year. I think one of the quickest things that you can do, I think our website was just up, is www.pfsf.org.
Mm-hmm.
You can learn not just about how to become a foster or adoptive parent, but you can learn about our resource centers. Our resource centers are really the front lines out in the community, working with families to make sure that they have the supports that they need, so hopefully they don't end up in the formal child welfare
I
system.
want to interrupt you. You have one in Stark, or you have one in Orange Park? Because I see one building that is yours there. I don't know exactly where. Possible.
So that is actually, if you're driving through Stark, you might see one of our satellite offices out in Stark.
You do a good marketing, Dean, because you can see it from the highway.
I was just there the other day. I'm helping. It's a new office, so we recently moved, and it's great. I was there the other day helping decorate and make it look some livelier.
You see, now you give me the gift card to me, because I was promoting something for you. Then finish. I'm sorry for you.
No, it's okay. So there are multiple ways to help out, children who are in the foster care system, or even a local child. Like I said, our resource centers, they're taking, donations of food, of clothing for, the clothing closets that are there.
Mm-hmm.
You can participate in the Wish Upon a Star or Back to School. You can participate in the Amazing Give. That is coming up on April 22nd. It's 12 hours. It's a workday edition, so from 7 to 7. We are fundraising, hoping to raise $10,000 for normalcy. So really, if you're asking yourself the question, how can I help out a local child, please just visit our website. There's a lot to learn, but there's plenty to do. That might sound overwhelming, but honestly, it's more of an opportunity because you have so many things that you can do.
Great. Stevie, you want to close the program for us?
If anything we said today resonated with you, if you're interested in foster and adoption, if you're interested in donating or getting engaged with some of these foster families that are helping out, you can reach out to us. Our contact information is on the website. We can comment on the live on Facebook too, and we'd love to just talk with you about what you can do.
That's great.
Thank you so much.
Stevie is a big help for our other business in Jacksonville, the gift certificates and more. And also the local one. I'm pretty sure that I'm going to talk with Edward to have you present for the next events.
Yes.
That was incredible. This is every time that we have the chance to hear everything that people is doing just to help, especially, I'm going to say this, I know that possible people going to say, hey, George is crazy, but I love everything that they do with young families and young kids and babies that they don't have still the chance to get better if they find a way, because they are too young, they don't have the experience. Then I love what you are doing. Thank you for being here. Guys, again, this is just a message for you to know exactly what great people is doing and how we can help them. Don't forget, April the 22nd is gonna be the giving day. We have to be aware of this, and we're gonna be working really diligent this day. And also at the same time, don't forget to see, look, Partnership for Strong Families, look, my trophy. Then this is the best way. Then don't forget, go and check their emails and look to see. Your email, by the way, is really well done. I found a lot of great information. Then please use it. Thank you again for being here with us. Elio, you did a fantastic job again in the production. We're going to be criticized as soon as we finish this event by Jacob, because, he said, hey, you have to do this better. But, this is what we don't do for a living. This is the great thing. Thank you, everybody, and we'll see you next Monday with a new program for the... what happened? The non-profit report. I need to go to take a break. Thank you again, Stevie.
Thank you so much.
Thank you for being here. Much.
Have a nice day.
Non-profit report is going live in 3, 2, 1.